Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Space. Guys, so in today's video we are going to cover Kaspa, its recent price action. Of course, we are going to cover liquidity, and of course we are going to have a look at a couple of interesting charts for BTC and altcoins as well. Guys, I do believe that this is a very important video that you cannot afford to miss out on, right? So if you are new, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice, all right? So let's start with bubbles, all right? We are experiencing a little bit of a pullback on hourly at the time of recording this video, and on a daily, guys, things are actually going up, so things are looking very juicy. But I do believe that this is just a beginning for what is coming. Okay, so we've got greed. We are sitting on 61 in terms of greed. Okay, and usually you know what might happen, you know, when the greed occurs on the market. Okay, let's have a look at the liquidity. All right, so the red one, okay, we do have around 969 million if it comes to longs. Okay, so people are greedy and people are betting on leverage that we are going to see much higher prices for BTC, of course, on a Binance on a daily only. Let's have a look at the heat map. Okay, so guys, we do have that liquidity sitting in here. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if we would dip in here on a daily. We could see a little bit of a liquidity grab on a daily. I'm not saying that this is going to happen for 100%, but it could. ETFs as of yesterday, 19th of July, we are sitting at 383.6 million USD of positive inflows. Guys, that is huge. Okay, and now let's finally have a look at Kaspa. Right, let's have a look at the dashboard, right, because I do believe that this is very bullish on its own. Okay, all-time highs are above 500 petahash per second. Guys, this is huge. Okay, Kaspa is experiencing a little pump of 1.4% on a daily, but that's obviously nothing. Okay, we still haven't smashed through previous all-time highs. So now, guys, the next reduction is scheduled in 15 days, and we are sitting at 84.4% mined. And now, guys, let's have a look at the chart itself. All right, so what we are looking at if it comes to, let's say, maybe firstly 2-hourly time frame, guys. All right, so if it comes to 2-hourly time frame, obviously we saw that huge pump towards the upside, right? And now we are pulling back a little bit. Okay, but that's nothing to be worried about in my opinion, because if we are going to draw that trend line, let's say from here, that is still bullish price action. Okay, Kaspa is basically creating higher lows, and we are still keeping in touch with that trend line. Okay, so that is okay. I do see that possible retest on 2-hourly time frame. Okay, and stochastic RSI is also showing us potential downward movement. Okay, now let's have a look at the Madrid ribbon. Okay, so if it comes to Madrid ribbon, guys, we are bullish on 2-hourly time frame. That's all right. Okay, now let's have a look at 4-hourly. What is going on 4-hourly? Okay, so 4-hourly is also showing us potential weakness if it comes to that, and potential, you know, reset. I'm not saying that we are going to see total bottom, but we could. Or scenario number 2, we could do something like this. Okay, just like we did in here, for example. Okay, and then we saw another pump. All right, now let's have a look at the daily time frame. And if it comes to the daily time frame, guys, that looks very, very tricky. Let me zoom it in a little bit, and we are experiencing that pump towards the upside. Okay, well, bullish cross or stochastic RSI. Okay, so now if we are going to see more upside, guys, potentially we could see that retest of that level, okay, of 19 cents. Okay, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but potentially could. Okay, so that will be scenario number 1 on a daily, and scenario number 2 would be the pullback towards the downside and building up momentum towards, you know, the next pump towards the upside for Kaspa. Now, weekly time frame. Let's have a look what's brewing on a weekly time frame for Kaspa. Okay, let me delete this. And now, guys, first things first, you know, something that I'm letting you know about on the channel quite regularly if it comes to the stochastic RSI that doesn't necessarily look juicy. Okay, so on the stochastic RSI, let's draw this, you know, let's say bottom over here. Okay, so if scenario number 1 is going to play out, okay, of course I'm not saying that it's going to happen for 100%, but we could see something like we saw in here. Okay, that pullback on the weekly, okay, and then building up momentum and then another pump. Okay, or another scenario, you know, the total dump. But I don't see that. I don't think that this is going to happen, because, you know, looking at the chart overall, we are, you know, building up, you know, upward momentum. We are in that upward channel for Kaspa. Okay, now let's have a look at the rainbow itself. All right, so if it comes to the rainbow on a weekly time frame, guys, everything is going according to the plan. Okay, of course that is very slow, but we are being supported by this lower level of this rainbow. Okay, so things are looking good. Shout out to El Crypto Prof, and this is total crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a weekly chart. So he's saying that most people aren't ready. Yes, we had to wait a long time, but he thinks that the next wave for altcoins will be huge. But if we are going to follow the complete Elliott wave, okay, let's have a look. So the previous cycle we had first, okay, impulsive wave 1, then we had a corrective wave, okay, that's number 2 in here, then impulsive wave 3, okay, then the pullback 4, then 5, impulsive wave 5, okay, and then that was our bear cycle, okay. So now let's have a look at this cycle, right? 2024, we had impulsive wave 1 and the second correction, okay. We are going to expect potentially 2 more pumps that are going to be huge, I believe, because the one from number 2 to number 3 is going to be much more significant, then another pullback, and then 5, okay. So that's going to be the final of this cycle, okay, if we are going to follow that theory. All right, now shout out to Trader Darren Great, and this is a monthly chart for Doge, guys, just in case if you will be interested, okay. So he's saying that Dogecoin Fibonacci 0.618 retracement completed in previous cycles before huge rallies. Guys, this looks very bullish as well. And now Bitcoin on a weekly chart, guys. All right, so Elijah is saying that the biggest Bitcoin breakout will happen soon. So we have inverse head and shoulder, and we know that this pattern is bullish, okay. We got left shoulder, we've got head, and we've got right shoulder, okay, in which we still could potentially see a little bit of pullback, but who cares, because once we are going to break this resistance, that neckline, okay, that impulsive breakout is going to be huge, okay, and many normies are not ready for it. Shout out to Rect Capital, and he's saying that we are here, the orange circle. So 2016, that was the halving, okay, 2020 the halving, and after that we saw pump, and right now we are here, okay. So guys, things are heating up, okay. So another chart that's basically showing that things are looking good. And shout out to Mickey Bull Crypto, and this is total crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a weekly chart. He's saying that this is markup preparatory mode after the shakeout. Let's have a look. So first things first, we have flipped bullish on the Gaussian channel on a weekly, and if we are going to look at the length of that Gaussian channel, okay, that's nothing in comparison with the previous cycle, okay. So now looking at the 0.618 Fibonacci and looking at 0.618 Fibonacci in the previous cycle, guys, all right, in which we have also experienced a little bit of pullback and shaky of normies. After that we saw a huge pump towards the upside, okay. So now guys, total crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin and ETH on 2 weekly chart. Prof is saying that this is friendly reminder that the Gaussian channel for altcoins, total 3, has recently changed from red to green. This is one of the most bullish signs for our backs, if you ask him. Patience. Guys, let's have a look, all right? So 2020, and now we are in here, guys, all right? So things are looking very bullish and very green on a 2 weekly for alts. Good chances that BTC will not go much lower here. Either way, stay relaxed. Already shared this chart around 56,000. Everything is going according to the plan. $60,000 as the first target is only a matter of time. Guys, so even if we are going to pull back and see that test, okay, that retest, who cares, okay, don't worry about that, okay. If that is going to happen, that is going to be a beautiful opportunity to scoop up more crypto, okay, because later we are going to see, most likely, nothing is a guarantee in this market, but most likely, in my opinion, we are going to see the pump towards the upside, okay. And now shout out to the Scalping Pro. He's saying that Bitcoin is loading up for something big. Price has been consolidating on monthly chart for the past few months. This kind of consolidation on monthly chart often leads to an aggressive move after the breakout. Monthly consolidation, okay, boom, and now we are in here, monthly consolidation, and this is the area in which we could expect a potential breakout, guys. So he's got some targets of around, let's say, 120k for this breakout. Guys, that is going to be huge. And now the Scalping Pro is saying that the real Bitcoin bull run hasn't even started. When you look at the chart, you will see that Bitcoin often moves sideways for a few months after the halving. This means the price doesn't go up or down much during this period. Historically, the sideways movement is the last chance to buy Bitcoin at lower price before it goes vertical and peaks. Right now, the monthly RSI hasn't reached extreme levels, 90 plus yet seen in the past cycles. This suggests there is still a lot of potential for Bitcoin to go higher. Next phase of this bull cycle will be legendary. Guys, I like this word, all right? So let's have a look, all right? We've got sideways price action, just like we have experienced in here. And after that, we saw a huge pump for BTC in the previous cycle as well, okay? So this is exactly where we are at the moment, okay? And the Scalping Pro has some predictions of around, let's say, 270, 280,000 for BTC this cycle. Comparing that in here, so comparing that to the previous cycle, okay, we are nowhere near, all right? So hold your horses and be patient. Do you remember the previous Black Swan event in previous cycle? This is what happened to Bitcoin, okay? And this is basically something that we have experienced not that long ago. That was that shaky of normies out of the market, okay? So if history is going to rhyme and repeat potentially, we could see some huge upside potential, okay? But of course, guys, nothing is going to go in a straight up line, okay? If we are going to break above that neckline, okay, then potentially we are going to see the retest of that neckline as a support, and then BTC is going to fly like crazy. Ladies and gents, that's it what I've got for you. Thank you very much for watching. Peace and love, crypto.